Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. A quick one just talking about live letter, what was this, 69? Nice. Set for March the 4th, which is of course this Friday. Those of you in the know will know that we've just had a live letter, but this next one on March the 4th at 3 AM PST, which is actually 11 AM GMT, and obviously lots of other regions will be either in early morning or actually late night or early hours of the morning. But basically this is all about 6.1. So the previous live letter was all about the next advancements in the future of Final Fantasy XIV, and whilst there was some information about upcoming patches and indeed a roadmap of what to expect, the majority of that information on the actual 6.1 patch itself will be obviously in this live letter part 69 on this Friday. So you can watch this on YouTube Live, of course, Nico Live for our Japanese audience, and as well as Twitch, which would be my preferred location. Just simply, usually the bandwidth, it stutters less for some reason on Twitch there with their own broadcasts. It says show details, patch 6.1 part 1. So of course there's going to be 2 live letters before 6.1's release in April. So this will be covering the first section of 6.1 of what's to come, as well as some miscellaneous updates as well. So potential information on any crossovers or marketing and all that sort of stuff, as we usually would see in a conventional live letter. So this is more of your traditional live letter you would get any other time of year. And the previous one, as we said, was looking at future stuff such as the graphic updates. So in the 6.1 patch, things they might talk about in this live letter include the Myths of the Realm Alliance raid. That'll probably be featured. We might even get to see some first shots of what that Alliance raid might look like. Maybe even a hint as to one of the bosses or something, usually with an Alliance raid, especially with the Nier stuff. And before that, we've had sort of like previews where Yoshi P sometimes goes in the game and walks around, although that might be in the next live letter, number 70. It really depends how far along they are with the progress of development on that content. We'll also get to see, most likely, Crystalline Conflict, which is a new PvP mode. That's said to be coming in 6.1, so obviously they will likely show us that. What it looks like, maybe a quick demonstration or just artwork. We'll probably have information on the Arcasadora Beast Tribe quests, and of course their dailies, maybe even a little sneak peek at what some of that might look like. So maybe some new emotes and things like that. They'll probably show maybe some artwork, or maybe the first little initial part of Dragon Song's Reprise, which is the next ultimate duty. Of course, they're not going to show much of that. Maybe just the arena itself. Maybe that'll be what it is. But of course, that's the new ultimate coming in 6.1. Well, a subsequent patch of 6.1. And of course, there'll probably be information on the new Unreal trial, which is Ultima's Bane. That'll probably be featured there as well. They'll probably also talk about the trust system that they're implementing for A Realm Reborn up to the 2.0 section, and the main scenario dungeons, because they're reworking a lot of those into trust availability, and they're also reworking a lot of the A Realm Reborn MSQ stuff, such as Cape West Wind will be removed and replaced with a solo duty, for example, and Castrum Meriadianum and Praetorium are going to be turned into 4-player dungeons instead. So whether that'll happen in 6.1, we'll have to wait and see, but I'll probably talk more about that. We will probably see some discussion, maybe even some preview images, concept stuff, or even in-game images of the new hairstyles available for Hrothgar. That is supposed to be in the 6.1 series, and probably a look at the new calling card system, which is the new UI that you can customize. They don't know what they're going to finally call it, but it's currently called Calling Card, which basically appears to me like a UI element where you inspect somebody, and the first thing you see is their customized. It'll say like Meoni Whitetail, Ragnarok server, and then there'll probably be like an unlocked image behind that, or a crest or something that I've unlocked for achievements. That'll be quite interesting to see how they've done that. Of course, they'll probably show us around the Empyreum, which is the Ishgard housing, and talk more about that. They always like to recap the lottery system and how that's going to work. They've already done that a bit, but people need to be told multiple times, as we know, so that'll likely be talked about. And they'll probably show us Emelians as the custom deliveries NPC as well. And that will probably bring us up to where we're supposed to be. They did mention that we're not going to get Island Sanctuary until 6.2, if I remember correctly, right? Was it 6.2? I think it was 6.2. Yeah, 6.2 is when Island Sanctuary comes out, so that will not be looked at in this live letter. If you're thinking ahead and going, oh, well, this is going to be an Island Sanctuary feature. If there is anything to do with Island Sanctuary, it will be purely concept image or maybe some early pictures. But of course, it is predominantly about 6.1 itself. So if they do show us any of that, they will probably preface that at the end with like some miscellaneous updates of development. But it won't be focused anything to do with 6.1 and Island Sanctuary because it's not in that patch series. So those are the main things that are going to be in 6.1, and those are the things they'll most likely be focusing their attention to. Of course, the live letter will be this time in Japanese audio only, but the slides will include both Japanese and English text, which is where I come in. I usually do videos each time there's a live letter, and I do summaries. The last one was highly successful, and people seem to enjoy that content, so I will of course be obviously around at that time every time they do a live letter, and I'll be doing a summary and subsequent videos talking about that. So anyway, what are you most excited for in 6.1 out of the listed things I've just given you? What are you most excited to see more of? Me personally, I would love to see more of the Alliance raid, and hopefully we'll get a sneak peek at that PvP. Much love, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on March the 4th. Bye bye.